At 64, I was a senior executive. 3 years later, I was driving Uber just to try and pay our medical aid. I was retrenched in 2020 after a lifetime in senior management with international companies. I did what everyone tells you to do when you don't have a job. I started sending out CVs, hundreds of them. In the end, almost 1,000 CVs over a 3-year period of being unemployed. Only 4 companies ever replied. All of them said no. We had to sell our house in Johannesburg. That's where my wife was born and grew up. The property market was weak and we only received 60% of the value. The money went to paying off debt, bonds, cars, credit cards. Fortunately, my wife had a small house in Hermanus that we could move to. But work at my age in a small town, almost nothing. And then they almost paid nothing. I knocked on the doors of estate agencies until someone gave me an opportunity, but it's a commission-based business. I then started driving an Uber vehicle, not because I wanted to, but because our medical aid was critical. My wife is a double kidney transplant patient with huge chronic medication requirements. Then another shock came. In April of 24, I was diagnosed with cancer. That was just after I started something else. I'll talk about that. Our medical aid only covered 50% of that treatment. That was probably the day I was most afraid about money. But that same year, something else changed. A friend showed me how digital marketing works. It was just before the cancer diagnosis. And I realized something important. If nobody was going to hire me ever again, I had to build my own income. The day I made my first online sale, something shifted in my mind. For the first time in years, I felt there is hope. My wife felt the same. Today at 69, I'm learning new digital skills. And I help people over 50 start building an online income so that they don't lie awake at night wondering, like I did, how am I going to afford the next 20 or 30 years of my life after retirement? If you're over 50 and you're also wondering about your financial future, type begin, follow me and type begin in comments, and I'll be in touch and I'll show you what's working for me.